Am I the asshole? For refusing to be my stepsister's bridesmaid after I found out my stepdad made her ask me? I have a stepsister, Victoria, who is marrying her fiancé Jake early next year. Victoria and I have never been close, but we're civil. Our relationship took dips when we met our respective partners. We both met them through each other, sort of, and there was a lot of kerfuffle each time, but we've since repaired that. That said, I was surprised when she asked me to be a bridesmaid. I didn't really want to, since I live far away and I'm busy in the couple of months leading up to the wedding, but I was so surprised that she asked and thought maybe she didn't have anyone else to ask since she didn't even seem that pleased about it, so I said yes. A few days ago Victoria, her mother, the other bridesmaids, and I went shopping for the bridesmaid dresses. Victoria was awful to me the whole time. She accused me of choosing dresses to try on to spite her and upstage her. I didn't pick any of the dresses, her mother and Mo did, and every dress I tried on she nitpicked my appearance in it and made it the reason she didn't want to pick that dress. When one of the sales assistants brought out a dress, Victoria started crying, saying she didn't want to see me in that dress on her wedding day. I was getting a bit fed up and I was still jet-lagged, so I pulled her aside and asked if she'd rather I just not be a bridesmaid. I said I'd be happy to help with planning in any way I could, but I didn't want her worried or this upset about bridesmaid dresses. Victoria then snapped that she needed me as a bridesmaid because her dad, my stepdad, and Jake wanted me to be one, apparently for the optics since Jake's sister is also a bridesmaid and we're both from families who value the close-knit family image. Her dad is paying for the wedding. I just said, great, neither of us wanted me to be a bridesmaid, I'm out. And I left. Victoria is now blowing up my phone begging me to be a bridesmaid again. Her dad is furious with the way she treated me and how she told me about him wanting me to be a bridesmaid, and is now being, according to her, very tight on the purse for the wedding. Apparently she feels that the extended family will also judge her for not having me as a bridesmaid. I told her I'm not doing it, partly because she was awful to me out of resentment for something I didn't know about, and partly because I never wanted to do it in the first place. Victoria says this is going to stop her having her dream wedding. Am I the asshole? For not wanting to do it? Not the asshole. Neither of you actually want you to be a bridesmaid, and after this I would be surprised if you even want to attend the wedding. The real R here is your stepdad. I sort of understand what he was trying to do and wants all parts of the family involved, but forcing your stepsister to ask you and insisting was very wrong. Just tell her you will attend as a guest only. Not the asshole. This could have been avoided if she had just shown an ounce of kindness. Not the asshole. Victoria can't have it both ways. She treats you like garbage. BC she doesn't want you in her wedding due to what appears to be jealousy. But also treats you like garbage when you don't participate in lying to strangers, a close family BS, while being verbally assaulted. Looks like Victoria fucked around and found out, woman shrugging. Not the asshole. She has the chance to apologize when you pulled her aside. This apology she's giving you now is entirely transactional. Blaming you for not getting her dream wedding shows she hasn't learned anything. Not the asshole. She need you as a bridesmaid, though she should at least be neutral to you and not pissy. If you want to help her out you don't have to. You could stand next to her as kind of bridesmaid at her wedding. But you will not do anything else a bridesmaid has to do, and she has to pay for your dress, makeup and hair. As she gets more money from her stepdad for the wedding than this would cost. And in return she is allowed to tell people the two of you made up. Not the asshole. So not your problem. Victoria should talk to her dad about this. He can't force this. And she can add another bridesmaid she actually wants to have so the numbers add up. I wasn't a bridesmaid in my brother's wedding. He never asked, I didn't expect to be. I don't live near him. His wife. A few nosy relatives asked why when her brother and his wife were groomsmen bridesmaid. I just said I lived too far away to take part like that, and wasn't the bride the venue, the ceremony absolutely stunning. Not the asshole, but you should talk to your stepfather and tell him while Victoria acted like a petulant child, he had no right to force her on who is in her wedding, and it is your choice whether or not you participate. Not the asshole. If she's treating you poorly and only wants you for optics, you shouldn't be forced into it. Victoria says this is going to stop her having her dream wedding. Oh no. Very tight on the purse for the wedding. A single tear. If she needed you to get dollars, she should have been upfront about it and not been nasty to you. She's being punished for what she already did. You coming back probably isn't going to change that. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She brought it upon herself and now gets a rude awakening. Not the asshole. Victoria says this is going to stop her having her dream wedding. Boo-hoo, heartbreaking. D. Not the asshole. All she had to do was pick a dress and instead she spent the whole time being cruel to you, you then sensibly left and she's suffering the consequences. Not the asshole all the way. Victoria is a grown-ass adult. She made a deal with her father. She then reneged by treating you badly. She can now deal with the consequences. You have saved yourself months and months of drama and a chunk of money. Do turn up to the wedding and wear the most fabulous dress in the world. One you pick out that she has no say in. Smile, be kind and circulate to meet everyone to make an impact. Then tactically leave early. I'm petty. Not the asshole. What did she expect? So much not the asshole. Not the asshole. She should have stood up for herself in the first place and said no rather than agreeing then taking it out on you. Actions have consequences and she has to deal with her actions and the toxic expectations of her family. Not the asshole. You need to have a stern word with your stepfather here. Let him know you weren't particularly interested in being a bridesmaid anyway, and certainly not just for optics. A wedding is not going to bond the two of you together. He's enough for making her invite you, then making the finances conditional on your acceptance. Stepsister is also an R for being petulant and critical of OP rather than graciously accepting her as a bridesmaid. Info: what were the kerfuffles around meeting your respective partners? Not the asshole. You don't want to be a bridesmaid, so uninvite yourself and save all the damn drama. Tell her that oops, sorry, but it turns out that extra work I will be doing in the months before, they have increased my workload, so you just can't fulfill the extra obligation of being her bridesmaid at that time, real sorry. And then graciously back out. She'll be happier and you'll be happier, and dear old dad will have his force behind the whole thing checkmated. Everybody can then chill. Not the asshole, and be honest with your stepfather in detail like above about how she treated and spoke to you. That you value him and the family, but it's not acceptable to be spoken to like that, and that you didn't choose any of the dresses yourself, so none of what you were being accused of was remotely your fault. Don't engage with Victoria, but if you do, just say her behavior and her words are the reason. Also tell her if she wants a no-strings-attached wedding, she doesn't have to take her father's money and can save up with her fiancé. But the fiancé also wants you in the bridal party, so she is the one who needs to tackle that. Not the asshole. I'm surprised Op's mother let this go on. Also surprised husband-to-be's mother didn't tell her son to run. And I kind of like the stepdad. Are we sure family values were just for optics? It seems like he really wants OP there. But I don't know the whole story. Question: is stepsister jealous of you? Were you considered the pretty one growing up? Is that why she didn't like any of your dresses that you tried on and is worried you'd upstaged her at her wedding? Not the asshole. Family stuff be wacky sometimes. Not the asshole. Not your wedding, not your problem. After all this drama I wouldn't even go, but then again, I hate weddings and the only reason I go is for the cake. At this point, Victoria doesn't deserve her dream wedding. Note: I understand her frustration, but taking out on you is a surefire way to get her to lose what she wants. It's her own fault for being a dick. I'd point that out to her. I hope you don't attend because she sounds like a nightmare and I don't see her marriage lasting. Maybe apologize to the groom as he met her through you.